Saib, fair point that you're making, but just to be fair to the Australian team, we've not heard from the players that have been playing this series, whether it's the captain Steve Smith or any other batsman, who's really complained about the pitches that were on offer in the first 3 test matches in India. All the noise that was coming in was from the periphery, maybe the Australian media, maybe media in general, or probably foreign players. What do you think then prompted the Indian authorities to go away from that plan that they had so far in the first 3 test matches and give a better pitch for batting in this test match?
I don't know what the thinking behind that I won't be able to say. And to be absolutely fair, yes, I think Steve Smith has actually said that he enjoys playing and captaining in India because every delivery is a challenge. Every over, things can change around quite quickly. So I totally agree that the current Australian players have not said anything. But the noise that has been coming from some of the former players, that's been a bit disturbing, considering that, we are entering an era of 75 years of India-Australia friendship. Some of the stuff that has come out is really, considering that, like I said, we're going through this, new era of India and Australia friendship. I think some of the ex-players could possibly, from Australia, not use words that are not quite tasteful, to suggest that there could have been skullduggery in Indore, because in response to what I had asked about the Gabba pitch, the excuse made that the Gabba curator got it wrong, but hopefully there was no skullduggery in Indore. Why couldn't the Indore curator have also got it wrong? Why suspect his motives and give a clean chit to the person from the Gabba curator, and then to make the excuse that, well, South Africa also had 4 quick bowlers to take advantage of the same kind of pitch. Well, I mean, Australia also had 3 spinners, like India had 3 spinners at Indore. So the pitch was the same for both. And so therefore, just play and accept that, when you come overseas, you're not going to get pitches like at home. But do not use words like skullduggery, etc., doubting the integrity of the Indians. I think no country can have a monopoly on integrity and honesty, because if any country had monopoly on integrity and honesty, there would not be any courts of law in their country. There would not be any jails in their country. So let's get this absolutely straight. That, I mean, I'm a very proud Indian. When somebody casts doubts on Indians and myself, I will speak my mind, and here I'm speaking my mind.
Okay, I'll get to Mr. Border in a short while from now. But Saib, one more question I had for you. You make a fair point about, even now India, even though Australia may have got 255 runs for 4 wickets down, even now India can well go ahead and win this test match. That point is very well taken. But would you then concede that the kind of pitch that has been offered in Ahmedabad slightly diminishes India's chances of winning this test match as compared to the pitches that were offered earlier? So if you had still gone with that turner that we saw in the first 3 test matches, that would have offered, some better assistance for India to win the test match and better chances for India to win the test match?
Well, it would have been the same for both the teams, like Australia showed in Indore. Their spinners bowled exceedingly well and dismissed India for 109 in the first, and didn't allow them to take a big enough lead to challenge them in the 4th innings. So yes, it could have gone either way. But when you look at what was happening in those 3 test matches, there's something or the other, like Steve Smith said, something or the other happening every over, every so often. And today we saw, what did we see? 255, out of which 54 runs came in the last 9 overs. Otherwise, we would have had a score of about 220, 230. And let me tell you also this: if that was the kind of batting that the Indians had, done anywhere overseas, particularly England or Australia, the screaming would have been, oh, this is not good for Test cricket. Only 200 runs, 220 runs scored in a day. How can Test cricket survive? But you see, this is what it is.
Okay, Saib,